Hello there, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, we are talking all about mascara. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips of how to make your natural lashes look the best that they can be, and maybe even be mistaken for false lashes. I am often asked in various videos what false lashes I applied or what I'm wearing, and rarely am I ever wearing false lashes. So today I'm going to show you how I achieve those amazing looking lashes. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get started. Now, as we go through these tips, please keep in mind, you do not have to do all of these tips. In previous videos, I have had people comment that they are overwhelmed and wonder how on earth anybody has time to do all of these tips in one day, every day. I don't do all these tips every day, and you won't need to either. I am merely going to share with you all of your options, and I would encourage you to try one or two or three of these and see if it makes a difference. But I'm going to share with you all the options, and I will list and link everything in the description box down below. All right, so let me give you an up-close look at what my natural lashes look like. They don't look like much, do they? I have very light colored lashes, and they do not have much natural curl, if any, on their own. Okay, the first thing that you can do is add a little bit of eyeshadow right at the lash line. To do that, my favorite brush is this one from BK Beauty. It is the 204. It is a pinched small smudger brush, and it's thick enough to where you don't have to worry about trying to get a precise line, but it's small enough to where you can just sandwich this right into the roots of the lashes. Now, on my eyes right now, I just have crease color and a little bit of matte shadow on the lid. I used the Natasha Denona Golden palette. So for this little bit of shadowing on the lashes, I'm gonna dip a little bit into a combination of these two shades. I don't want anything super, super dark, so that's why I'm going to kind of dilute this dark shade. And all I'm going to do is just press that brush right here, and I'm starting at the outer corner because I don't want a super noticeable thickness here in the inner corner. I'm going to put most of the shadow right here from the center of my eye outward. I'll dip into both of those colors again, and what I'm going to do for this video is I will do everything just on this one eye so that all through the video you have a comparison to my other eye and you can see what makes a difference. So now as I go in to the inner corner, I am going to go even more. I'm actually laying the brush into the lashes and just stamping it right at the lash line. And there you go. We have a nice, do you see the difference already? It just looks like my lashes have a thickness to them. But because we use that smudger brush, it's nice and soft, nothing harsh or dramatic. Now, the next step that we are going to do is we're going to curl our lashes. This makes such a huge difference. Now, last week I was doing some wedding makeup on a couple of people, and I was shocked at how many of the ladies had never used an eyelash curler. Now, I understand it is intimidating, it takes practice, but if you have never curled your lashes, this is going to make a huge difference. So what you want to do, first of all, is you need to select an eyelash curler that is the correct shape for your eyes, because all eyelash curlers are not created equal. Now, I just pulled out two in my stash, and hopefully there you can see a difference in the shape. So you see this one has much larger of a curve here than this one. This one from Rougher, which is the one I use for my eye shape, is the 18R. It is a much flatter shape. And why that's important is your eyelash curler, when you close your eye and rest it on there, it should follow and sit nicely all across your lash line. This one, which is more rounded, for my eye shape, I can't rest the outer edges and the center equally across. What happens when I use this is it curls the outer lashes, and then the center lashes, I get like just this little crimp at the end of the lashes, and that isn't what I'm going for. So first key with your eyelash curler, find the right shape. Then when you find it, you need to just learn how to use it properly. So don't be afraid, don't be intimidated, go slowly. And the key is if you feel any pinching, you let go and readjust. So the way you do this is you want your eye partially open and your eyelash curler open. And you're going to fit your eyelash curler between your upper lashes and your lower lashes. Now you want the top edge of your eyelash curler to be resting on your upper lash line. Then with your eye open, you're going to gently squeeze, and then you can also tip the handle of your eyelash curler back. Now, that was one curl on the lashes. Now, you can, if you have particularly stubborn lashes that they do not want to curl or hold a curl, go back for a second try and go again as close to the lashes as you can. Give them a good pinch, and you can even squeeze about 3 times. And that will help further enhance the curl. Now, another tip that you can do is you can actually use a blow dryer on your eyelash curler and warm up your eyelash curler kind of like a curling iron. But you want to be very careful after you have warmed it up just slightly. You always want to test it first. I actually would test it right here because this is a very sensitive area of your skin. Test it on your wrist. Make sure that it is not too hot before you put it on your eyes. You can also put this in your pocket just to kind of slightly warm it up. Now, another option, if you're like me and you have particularly downturned eyes or you have hooded eyes and you really want to give your lashes an extra lift at the outer corner, is you can use this detailer lash curler. I got this off Amazon, and it just has a padding on one side, and then this edge has no padding. So you want to be very careful. And I get into trouble with this if I try and do it on the inner corner of my eyes. You can do that. But I just like to place this in the outer corner, find my outer lashes, and before I squeeze down, make sure I don't feel any pinch, and then press, and that will give my lashes an added curl. Now, right now, it's a little hard to see all that work we've done because I don't have any mascara. But before we get to mascara, here is another option. Now, in previous videos, I've done 2 or 3 of these types of videos on mascara before, several years ago. And I would do what most everybody recommends, and that is putting eyeliner on your actual inner rim. Now, if you saw a video I did a couple months ago, you know I don't do that anymore, and why. If not, I'll link that video. But what we're going to do instead of placing eyeliner on the inner rim, we are going to take a small brush like this. This is the BK Beauty 208 brush. It is the tiniest angled brush, and I'm going to take the Dalton All I Need eyeliner. This is in Cocoa. There are a couple. There's one by Revlon that I also love that really stays put. It's a dark, dark, dark brown, almost black, but not quite as harsh as black. You can use black if that's your preference, but what I'm going to do is take this brush and I am going to actually just brush it on the tip of that liner to coat the brush, and then staying off the actual inner rim but going right into the roots of the lashes, I am going to press the brush into the lashes right at the roots. So this is another way to add thickness at the lash line without actually having to add a precise line of liner. Now, one reason why you may not want to actually apply liner on the upper rim or upper edge of your lash line is if you have hooded eyes, you can lose sometimes all of your eyelid visibility. So that's why as we get older, you don't see us applying as much eyeliner up there. This eye you can see is much more hooded than this one for me. So I really love this technique, and it allows me to get right into this inner part of my lash line with the liner, and it helps make these lashes look so much thicker. And because we curled our lashes first, we are not going to remove some of this eyeliner, and also it exposes your lash line so you can see better where you're putting the liner. So I'm going to stop, let you view from one to the next, And now it is time to actually put something on our lashes. Now, the next thing that if you have never tried, you definitely need to try, and that is using a mascara primer. I have used a mascara primer for well over 20 years, and I am convinced this makes one of the biggest differences with how your mascara looks, how it wears, and also how conditioned your lashes are. So many times I'm asked if I use a lash serum, a growth serum, because my lashes are long. I do not. However, by using a lash primer, most primers are infused with lash growth benefits. Now, I'm going to show you 3 of my favorites. Now, I'm not going to get into all of my favorites here. I'm going to do a separate video, but one of my top favorites has been the Dior Show Maximizer. I have the 3D, but apparently now it's 4D. I don't know how we get the 4th D, but I have the 3D lash primer and serum. So this has conditioning benefits. From the drugstore, the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. This is a fabulous one. It does also have some lash conditioning properties. And then the third one, which is new to me, but I've used it for about 2 weeks and I'm actually quite impressed. This is the MAC Stack Lash Primer. Also infused with lash growth benefits, all of those things. Now the brushes on each one, the formulation, they can be slightly different. So just depending on what your preferences are, what your budget is, that is a way to choose which one might be right for you. Now today I'm going to use the Dior Show 3D Maximizer. And as I apply, I'll give you a couple of other benefits. So when you use an eyelash primer, not only does it condition your lashes, but it also can help reduce flaking and smudging of your mascara. Also, it is going to reduce the number of coats of mascara that you have to apply. So I really do personally see a difference. And if I have an underperforming mascara that I'm trying out, usually a lash primer will really help it out. So I, of course, love to pair this with my favorite mascara, but if you've purchased a mascara that you're not in love with, use it with a primer and that might help. Now, you do want to make sure that you are rotating your lash primer and your mascara out around the same time, because you're going to be applying your mascara over the top of your primer, and you're going to be doing it when your primer is not quite dry. So you want to make sure you're not putting a new mascara over an old crusty primer. Now, you may have just caught what I said. You want to apply your mascara to your primer before it completely dries. You don't have to apply it when it's super wet, but you want to do it before it's dry, because otherwise it will cause you to have crusty lashes and you won't be able to work your mascara through. So let's go in now with the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. And what I'm going to do is do one pass through my lashes, just placing the brush right at the roots of my lashes, and you can see I'm wiggling it just a little bit. And if you get mascara on your lid, like I got a little bit right there, just leave it till it dries. I'll show you how to clean it up. Then after you've gone through at the roots, you can go through and comb that mascara through the length of your lashes. So for me, this was one dip in the mascara tube and what I would consider one coat of mascara. Now, when you are getting your mascara out of your tube, make sure you are turning the brush, not pulling your wand in and out. When you pull the wand in and out, that forces more air into your mascara, causing it to dry out faster. And nobody wants that. All right, so I'm going through now with my second coat, and instead of going all the way to the roots of the lashes, I am working just above the lash line through the end of the lashes now to add a little extra volume and thickness there. So I've already thickened up the lash line. Now I want to thicken up the lashes. And you can see as I'm going through, I'm turning the brush and just using the tip of the brush to comb through any of the lashes that might be starting to get stuck together. And as you'll notice, I am doing all of this work from the front of the lashes. I am not combing behind the lashes. The only time I do that is at the end. I'll show you an extra tip. But the reason why I personally do this is because anytime I comb through the back of my lashes, I feel like that makes my lashes fall and I get really clumpy lashes. If I just keep the mascara, the bulk of the mascara here on the front of the lashes and pushing up, I think that helps hold the curl and keeps them from getting super clumpy. And then you can just press and hold your mascara wand up. And there you go. We have really long, full looking lashes that I think could be mistaken for fake lashes. All right, while our upper lashes dry, we're gonna go to our lower lash line. And similarly, we are going to start off by adding just a little bit of some shading and shadowing on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna start off with the bronze shade of the Dalton All I Need eyeliner. And what I'm going to do is, instead of going on the inner rim of the eye, because I don't do that anymore, I'm going to just place this liner and go right into the roots of the lashes. Now, I'm purposely using a slightly lighter brown shade than what I used on the upper lash line, and that is because I just want this to be a little bit softer. Now, if you don't have lashes on your lower lash line, or they're super, super short, you could probably just do this trick and it will add the look of some thickness on this lower lash line, and you can skip mascara altogether and it'll still look balanced. Without any mascara or liner on my lower lash line, because I have such full lashes up top, it can really look out of balance. So once I have applied that eyeliner, I'm gonna go in with my favorite brush on the lower lash line. This is the Morphe M432, or the Sigma E15 brush is very similar. This is super soft, and I am just going to blend that liner into the roots of my lashes. And you can see it's making my lash line look thick, but it's still a very soft look on the lower lashes. Now, if you struggle with watery eyes and anything you put on your lower lash line fades or melts or runs down your face, you want to start off with an eyeliner like I did here, or you can put a little bit of eyeshadow primer along the lower lash line first, but then you really want to make sure that you also go back with a powder and set it in place. Now I'm going to go back in with just this shadow right here, and I'm going to just press this right on top of that liner. And this is not only going to just continue to make that look nice and soft, but it actually sets that liner in place. So I know this is not a video about eyeliner, but eyeliner or shadow along the lash line really does make a difference in how your mascara appears, how your lashes appear. So now we've got that, and you could definitely leave it here if you don't have longer lashes, but I'm gonna go in with mascara. Now, if you have struggles with mascara smudging on your lower lash line, you can apply a primer with your mascara on the lower lashes, and that will help. Or you can choose to use a tubing mascara. That is what I do, and it makes such a difference. Waterproof mascara down here does not make it smudge free for me. I have longer lashes, and so therefore I found that a tubing mascara is the secret. Again, I will have a video coming up with all of my favorite mascaras, so stay tuned for that. Today, I'm going to use the Caloray mascara. This has a skinnier wand, and this definitely you can use on your upper lashes, but it doesn't give me quite the volume that the Superhero mascara does. So again, I'm gonna start right here in the center, and I'm gonna start right at the roots of the lashes and just lightly brush this through. Now, again, I pretty much cannot do this without getting at least a couple of dots of mascara, so don't panic. I will show you how to clean up your mascara in a moment, but you definitely don't want to go in when your mascara is wet, because that will cause it to smudge, and then you got to go in with more concealer, and it just takes a lot of work. So I'll show you a much easier way. So I'm just going to apply this, and you can see basically with one full coat along the lower lashes, you can see now how long my lashes are. Now, the next tip I have has to do with smudges above the lash line. If you have particularly hooded eyes, you may find that throughout the day, you end up with mascara smudges up here because your lashes are touching your eyelid all throughout the day and they start smudging. Now, the first thing you're gonna make sure you always do is apply an eyeshadow primer. I know we're talking about mascara, but eyeshadow primers help keep your eyelid oils at bay. So even if you're not wearing eyeshadow, apply an eyeshadow primer first, blend it in, then apply your mascara. So then the other trick that you can do to further ensure that you don't have any smudging is take your tubing mascara and we're going to place just a little bit of this right on the tips and the back part of the lashes. So I told you I don't go all the way down to the lash line from behind, but just add a little bit right there on the tips. And this also is a trick if you want to further lengthen the outer edge of your lashes. A tubing mascara actually can help add even more length than a typical mascara. So there you go. Tubing mascara prevents smudges, but also can help just add a little extra length on the ends of those lashes. Okay, I've let the mascara sit for a couple minutes, and now we're gonna go in with a wonderful tool, the Q-tip. This is what is going to be the secret of getting your mascara flakes and smudges off. Mascara is not formulated to stick and adhere to skin. So once it's dry, you can take a cotton bud or a Q-tip and place it right on those mascara little globs. And all you have to do is twist the Q-tip lightly over it and it will remove the mascara that's on your skin. Now I'm going to go in here and just very lightly, and the key to this is super light strokes. And the reason why I'm doing this rather than slapping on some more concealer is because I've already powdered under my eyes and I don't want to keep adding layers of makeup under there. On your upper lid, this can be a little bit more difficult sometimes to get off. So again, just take your Q-tip and just lightly, I mean ever so lightly. I have no makeup remover on here or anything because I don't want to remove any of the other makeup that I've applied. So dry Q-tip and just go on the spots of mascara that have dried and remove them. Now, another tip that I see most people do and talk about often is to use an eyebrow or a lash spoolie. That is something like this. And you can buy these separately or you can buy disposable ones. And you can use this to very gently rub the mascara smudge off. I don't like to do this unless there is something really particularly difficult to get off, then I'll use this because I feel like a Q-tip is much more gentle. Okay, so let's go ahead and compare this eye to this eye. And I have basically no liner on the upper lash line, but yet my lashes look super, super thick and long. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the other eye, and I will speed through some of this, but of course stop if I have additional tips to share with you. Now on this eye, because I have uneven eyes, and I do have a video all about that, I'll link that down below, but because this eye is a little more open on the outer corner than this eye is, I'm actually going to put a little bit of liner on the upper lash line on the top of the lashes. This will help it look like my eyes are a little more even. But I wanted to show this in case you are uncomfortable applying your liner on the underside of your lashes into the lash line. You can just lay your brush on the upper lash line and work that liner right into the roots of the lashes. So it gives a very similar effect. Now, before I apply mascara over here, I'm going to show you a way that you can kind of make it look like your outer lash extends up, and that's with shadow. You can take that M432 And I'm going to go in with this shadow first, and we'll see if this gives us enough look. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from the lower lash line, and we're just going to lightly brush that up. And again, it gives the illusion. It's just the lightest, faintest line, but when you're looking straight ahead, it looks like your lashes on the outer corner extend longer than they do. And here I've already kind of done this side. I'm going to just extend that up, and then I'm going to apply mascara. So you can do it before mascara or after. If you struggle kind of finding where that perfect spot would be, apply your mascara, then go back with your eyeshadow later. Now, as I am applying mascara, I have had some questions about how you keep mascara off your upper lid when you're applying it. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I am actually slightly tilting my head back. I have my mirror down. I'm tilting my head back, raising my eyebrow, and working the mascara through my upper lashes first. Now, there are lots of philosophies of, should you apply your lower lashes first? I have always done upper lashes first. And if you have hooded eyes, really hooded eyes to where your hood actually rests on your lashes, then after you apply your coat of mascara, you're going to want to continue to look down, lift your chin up, and allow the mascara to dry before you open your eyes. But what I'm doing as I'm applying, I am raising my eyebrow and working that wand through the lashes. Oh, that was not on purpose, but I'm glad I did that because we can show you a little more of how to clean up mascara. Now, lower lash line. If you're at home alone, you're not on camera, just feel free to drop your jaw and look down and apply mascara. By dropping the jaw, it helps keep your lower lash line off of the skin below it. So that's why most people do it. I'm going to look down, and I am now tilting my chin down as well. And you definitely, again, if you have hooded eyes, you want to wait for your upper mascara to dry mostly before you do your lower lash line. Okay, I'm going to start off with the spoolie so you can see how to use this. This is a pretty big glob, and you can see as I gently brush over it, do you see it's just flaking that mascara away? So that is why this is helpful. It's just a brush that is brushing off the flakes of that mascara on the surface of your skin. So there you can see it took all the big clobs away. And now I'll just take my Q-tip here and I will just roll over the top of that gently back and forth. And there you go. Whew, that was a big one. All right, and that brings us to the end of this mascara tips video. I hope that that was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the beginning, you do not have to do all of these tips, but pick 1 or 2 or 3 of them to try and see if it makes a difference with your natural lashes. Check the description box down below, not only for links and a list of the products that I showed you, but I will also link the previous mascara tips videos that I've done in the past in case I talk about something in those that I didn't mention today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.